That shit's unruly.
Alright. Alright, it's been a long time between COVID, Thanksgiving, Christmas, him being a dickhead. We're finally pulling this in. We're gonna strip it down. We're gonna get this K-series in there and figure out how it fits. So, stay tuned. Making our own manifold too. We got with Jason Waters Tuning, and as long as everything goes smooth, they will be marketed and up for sale as well. Last time this piece of shit's gonna be running for a while. I'm gonna get you. Got it. My bad. I'll go with it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's connect. Throw that bitch. Don't throw it. No, it's gonna be. He scared the shit out of him. I didn't know what happened. Yeah, I'm out of here. It is the wind deterrent. We need that. Yes. We need the wind to deter to the intercooler of the radiator. Yes. So. Alright, so I guess we just need to disconnect the harness now. Brake lines, fuel lines, take it up in the air and torque tube and all that fun crap. Dude, I think we can fit a K in here pretty easy. Oh, yeah. Because the steering rack's all the way up here.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
We might just end up doing an electric pump with fluid instead. All right, well, this piece of shit's coming out. And at the end of this episode, sometime in this episode, we might have the K-series in here to see how it's going to fit and line up. It's going to need a bath. Done slinging shit everywhere. Look, we got 2 motors over there ready to go. Just need heads. Well, everything's unbolted. All the studs for the cradle, set and jacks. The way these cars are designed are completely retarded. Got this all unbolted, minus the upper control arms and the strut. All right, let's pull this pig. You ready? Hit the button. I'll watch. Here, crack it. Let's crack it out. Too. Let's crack it. Let it go up.
Yeah, I agree. Let it go up.
Hang on.
That's in the rear.
Here's something in the rear. You check that. I'll deal with this. So those that don't know about Corvettes, which this is a learning process for me, unlike Mr. I Know Everything.
I've only done a couple of them.
So this is the way a Vet is. It is technically a 2 chassis setup is what I would call it. So motor, got a cradle, which will subframe, whatever, bolts in. Torque tube bolts to it, which keeps it stiff and stiff. So it's all one piece and your transmission's in the back. To a diff, CV axles, to the ground.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna be able to fit an 8.8 under here nicely.
So we're gonna put a 488 in here, straight axle conversion. This is all gonna go, which we can go and rip that out. I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep E-brake, but who cares? It's pretty much the whole construction here. Transmission's still good, if anybody magically wants it. Yeah, I'll make a deal, 300 bucks, what's up? Torque tube, I don't know what to do with that.
Throw it in the trash.
We could probably use like some stuff, maybe the actual shaft inside for something later. So motor's already sold, and we're gonna put all this back in. Another stupid thing I noticed with these that I don't like, that is a leaf spring that runs under the motor. So there are no actual springs or anything on these. You just have shocks and a leaf spring. And the same thing on the rear. Big old fat boy leaf spring right there. Runs under the trans to that side. And that's it. So we're gonna do a coilover conversion on the front. And because we're gonna do a 488, we're gonna do coilovers on the rear as well. So.
Pretty interesting setup, huh?
Keep staying tuned. I think we're about to yank this motor out and try and fit the motor in and see what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's how a Corvette works.
Alright, motor and everything's out. Drop it back down. So, Chevy's design. I don't think we're ever gonna have to drop that trailer again. The rear is going away. We're gonna do a tubular setup and convert to straight axle. Some other guys were doing this swap, and I'm guessing they're still using the torque tube because they cut the firewall. And I'm guessing we removed AC lines, but the way we're doing this, convert to straight axle, it's gonna be better for drag strip anyways. But that way, we can also put the transmission and engine more forward, and when I cut the firewall, we'll have plenty more room being, we're going back with the freaking 4-cylinder. We're gonna bolt everything back up, we're gonna cut part of the support in here, and then we're gonna try to set the motor down. See what we're looking at.
One eternity later.
What do you think, Brown?
Oh, dude, this ain't sick. I think a bunch of people are gonna hit us.
Don't hate us because you ain't us. All right, well, we did do a little bit extra, not on camera. We got the motor just sitting in there. We're gonna have to make mounts. We had this sheepy lean manifold and precision line around, so we bolted it in there. But transmission's in for the most part. We'll have to figure out how to do a cross member. But I think that's where we're gonna let her sit. Plenty of room for fundamentals. Got plenty of room for a Skunk 2 Ultra Race on this side. Or 50-50, I guess, because I'm 50% making a different manifold, and he's 50%, no, that manifold's right. So I guess this video will be up before we get the manifold done. So in the comments below, what do you think? I'm thinking about doing a forward facing to where it sits a little in front of the motor. Makes it easier for wastegate placement and down pipe to go pretty much where we want, versus it's a little tight because I'm trying to bring it through the fender well. But Brown wants to keep this manifold.
I mean, we have it. It's paid for. Why not?
Versus a Jason Waters tuning one.
I mean, that would be cool too, but this will do everything we need for right now.
So we'll try and get and making mounts, and then after we get everything mounted, we can pretty much figure everything else out. So LS is on the floor. Such a sad day. Things that we are going to have done in the next episode. We're going to try and retain the cross member. We're going to clean that up. We just cut it for now. There was a uni leaf in the front that ran there, so we took it out. So this car's actually going full coilovers in the front and rear. But we're going to clean this up. Should be able to put the stock mount back in right here, and then have a plate that comes off and bolts there. We got some cleaning out to do inside here, so that transmission sits up in there better. And we gotta figure out the drop down cable, gotta figure out the gas pedal situation.
I think the easiest route's gonna be a cable.
But the fun thing is, and this is the biggest reason I like doing the K series, we can pull the motor out without dropping the cradle. And there's so much room for fundamentals. I mean, we've got a big old intake manifold that's Should fit.
It's gonna take up all that space.
It should fit. How close do you think it's gonna be to the booster?
It's gonna be close.
But this is just us setting it in there for fitment. It's probably where it's gonna sit. I think the crank pulley will clear.
Yeah, it should.
So stay tuned and follow the build, and once we get it done, it's going straight to the dyno. And then after that, I guess we're just gonna beat the piss out of it and see what breaks first. What do you think's gonna break first?
I think we're gonna blow the motor up.
$5 on trans because I built the motor.
We'll see.
So we gotta get rid of these heavy ass seats, put some Kirkies in it.
Gotta get all the roof motors out.
I need to pull the dash and yank shit out underneath that we don't need. Coilovers going in.
So,
And then the rear's gonna be even more fun. Well, I think the rear will be easy.
did you show him our little friend?
Yeah, and we cleaned the car a little bit, but we found this guy. He's been hanging out, you know, he's up close and personal on this build. So, you know, what do we name him? Let's call him Freddie.
Freddie.
Yep.
Yep, I like it.
So we're gonna let Freddie hang out through the build, and
He might take the first test ride with us.
I think he might hang out in there until the wind blows him away. So this is just a bare motor in there for sitting purposes. It's actually an old motor I had that dropped a valve and it was bored over too much, so scrap block. But over here, this is the motor that's going in. I'm just freshening up a few things where it goes back in. This motor already ran. You know, nothing special. Been converted to a closed deck through cylinder support system. And it's got 11 to 1. I can't remember, either way. But this motor's got roughly 2,500 miles on it already. So we're gonna put a new head bag on it, clean it up, L19 head studs, and this one's going straight into that car. But there's the LS motor. Still good in its prime. So hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we look forward for this trip with everybody included. Oh, I should redo that and cut it. So we'll start here. We'll move slow. Didn't focus. That'll work.